Okay, so in today's video about XRP, we are going to check out specifically this part of the price action, and I'm going to show you some beautiful bullish signs indicating, you know what, maybe this was actually our final low and the worst is indeed behind us. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you remember the last time that we talked about XRP, I think we were right around these areas, and the idea was that we want to see another move on the upside, but after it I'm thinking we're gonna have a move down because this move up right in here happened a bit too fast, and as a result of it we created a very clear gap between, let's say, 1.7 to about $1.8. And I said it also in the previous video because I believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled. Well, okay, makes sense to say we're going to have a move down in XRP and we are going to specifically reach to about this area. So what happened? Exactly that. We did get a move down, and also let's go on 15-minute time frame. Okay, you see, before this move down, I think we were right in here, and I said I really want to see at least another move on the upside in order to at least take this side, and if we also take this one as well, that will be really ideal. So what happened? We did do this, but we didn't take this high about, let's say, $2. Now, in my opinion, in XRP, so far we are bullish. Why is that? Now I can tell you with a decent bit of confidence, this is actually a 1, 2, 3, 4 and another 5 wave on the upside into wave 5 to about this point, followed by that I'm thinking this is probably a very beautiful A, B, C in form of a zigzag. Sorry about that one, what just happened? Okay, and what is happening starting from the current point? So here is what I have in my mind. In my opinion, from here we are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure to about this point around, let's say, $2.1. This is probably an ABC zigzag. Let's just say this one. Okay, and also this is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure. This can be a WXY or maybe an ABC, not really that important. Now, on a higher degree, according to an ideal scenario, I want to say in XRP, we may have a 1, 2, 3. This was a correction for 4, and at the moment we are on our way to complete the subwaves for a wave 5, which even on higher degree, this might be, and I'm hoping that it is going to be into a wave 3, and then we get correction for 4, another move on the upside into wave 5, and confirm that in XRP the bottom is actually in about, let's say, $1.6. Now, in terms of overall structures, I said it before and I'm going to say it now, as long as we're not getting a break of this important level in XRP, which is from, I think it was monthly, weekly, and also daily time frame at the same time between, let's say, $1.5 to about $1.7, I think we can remain 1000% optimistic. And also the fact that we are having a solid move on the upside, which does look a hell of a lot like an impulse, in my opinion, can be interpreted as another beautiful bullish sign. Now, let's go around here. Okay, you see, in a classic downtrend, we are basically having a series of lower highs and lower lows. And question, when can we say this downtrend is over? When we get a move up, and in that move we take the previous major pivot high right in here. Now let's go on XRP's chart. Okay, so from my point of view, from this point we are having a series of lower highs and lower lows, a downtrend, and if in this move on the upside in XRP we manage to take the previous major pivot high about, let's say, $2.2, that could be another beautiful bullish sign suggesting maybe the trend has changed and this is the start of the next phase of the bull run in XRP. Ultimately, I still stand by what I said. I think if you do not want to be involved in any kind of short-term price action, you need to wait a bit more and see XRP breaking this unbelievably important resistance area between $2.5 to about $2.8. And I do believe this is quite a weak resistance now. Why is that? You see, if you want to go according to classic analysis, they tell you that the more times that we touch a support or a resistance area, that region becomes more important and stronger. However, I do not believe that. I think, sure, the more times that we are touching a support or a resistance, that area does become more important. But when we get a break of it, and basically, I'm thinking if we touch a resistance area more than 3-4 times, at that point, chances of breaking that resistance is just increasing more and more. And by the next time that we reach to about here, you can actually count on a break of this region and not getting a rejection from it. Now let's go on the live chart. Okay, let's count the amount of times that we touched this area, and every single time we got some sort of a reaction from it. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and yes, it has been about 7 times that we touched this area, and every single time we got some sort of a reaction from it. So please don't blame me when I say this is now quite a weak resistance area, and hopefully the next time that we reach to about here, we're gonna go above this area and get our initial breaking phase. Followed by that, we need to see a pullback to the broken region, hopefully in form of a correction structure, and then a continuation of the move up. And why is this resistance so important? Because you probably know what I'm about to say. Above here, we are not really having a whole lot of strong resistances in XRP. And when we break this, the next target from my point of view is going to be setting an all-time high and taking the highest high all the way up here, about $3.4. But I think we can definitely go quite a bit higher than that. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In XRP, so far, starting from the lowest low down here, I believe we are going according to the bullish scenario, suggesting the bottom is in. And in my primary case, this is probably 5-wave impulsive structure up into a larger degree wave 3, and I want to see after it a correction for 4, and followed by that another move on the upside into wave 5 in order for me to talk bullish with a lot more confidence. What if from this point we get a move on the downside? I guess that will be still okay, and maybe this is going to be like some sort of a diagonal structure. I'm not really sure. I need to go on some lower time frames and check out the structures, but again, for now, that's not really my primary case. My primary scenario suggests this move up can continue a little bit more, and then we're going to have a consolidation pattern, which probably and hopefully is not going to be that much of a deep correction, and followed by that another move up. And question, what happens after an impulsive structure on the upside? You know what, a move down in form of a correction in case that we are looking optimistic in XRP. Also, in this phase up in Ripple, all eyes should be on the highest side in here, about $2.2, and see are we going to take it or not. If we take it, that could be a great sign suggesting maybe the trend has changed and we are indeed bullish, and this is the start of another beautiful uptrend in XRP. Ultimately, again, if you do not care about what is happening in the short term in XRP, just wait a bit more and see XRP getting a break of this level, and at that point you can easily consider having another beautiful move up in order to set another all-time high and probably go much higher than that. So overall, in the short term in XRP, I believe we are looking optimistic, and as long as I'm not proven otherwise, I would like to be bullish. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XRP's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.